Hello, everyone. My name is Prashant Mehta. Today, I'm going to talk about obviously happiness and happiness, the most precious currency. The good part is when you're usually spending currency, you keep your hand on your heart and say, ouch. But that's not going to happen when you do it for happiness. So, the more you spend of the happiness currency, the more is what you will earn. Where all do we go to search for happiness? But a smile is happiness that you'll find under your nose. And yet we continue to search for it. Let's start with the paradox of happiness. What is paradox of happiness? A lot of us are seeking happiness on a regular basis. There's been a research and a very interesting research. Even if you win a lottery of, let's say, $1 million, which is close to almost 7.9 crores, you will be only as happy as a paraplegic in a year's time. You will come down, your happiness levels comes down. So this is all just temporary, money, new car, new house, new girlfriend, wife, marriage. All this is just temporary, and this is one of the paradoxes of happiness. A lot of us, today, because of the social media that we have, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we just love posting our pictures there. How much do you actually enjoy? Let me take you all back 15, 20, 30 years ago when you all were kids. While you all were playing, while you all were eating food, did you all have Facebook then? Did you have Instagram? Did you even have a phone that could click photographs? No. But you enjoyed, and you still relish those moments when you think about them, because it's embedded deep in you. Rather than just taking a picture of a five-star hotel or for a vacation where you've gone, most of us, what we do is we love just taking pictures every day or every moment and don't enjoy the moment, right? And that's why we don't truly find happiness even in a vacation when you go for it. Enjoy every moment. Don't just go on clicking pictures and keep posting it on Instagram and social media, or have competition with your friends. He went there, so I'm going here. She did that, so I'm doing that. That's not how it works, and that's not happiness. Or if you think that's happiness, that's not true happiness. It's not going to last forever. It's going to be there just for a very, very short point of time. Yeah, and coming to that paradox one, happiness is a single construct. A lot of people think that if I do this, I will be happy. If I do that, I will be happy. When I get a promotion, I'm going to be happy. No, that's not happiness. That's only short-lived. Paradox two, happiness is stable, an endpoint to achieve, a goal to chase. What we do is we say, if I achieve this, I'll be happy. Right? So you say, if I get a job, I'll be very happy. So you get a job, and then you say, you move your goalpost even further. You say, okay, when I get a promotion, I'll be happy. And you get your promotion. And you move your goalpost further and say, I'll be happy now if I get my first car, right? And then you get your first car after slogging day in and day out, and you again push the goalpost further and say, hey, now I need to buy a house. And when I buy my house, I'm going to be really happy. And what we do as individuals, we just keep pushing our goalpost further and not enjoying it. And that's not happiness. And that's the paradox of happiness. If you strive for happiness by direct means, you end up less happy. Then you forget about happiness. Moving to the next point, the set point theory of happiness. It'll be a shocker for some of y'all, but at least an eye-opener for some of y'all as well. Let me just share this with y'all. 50% of your happiness is genetic. It comes from our parents. So if you come from a very, very happy family, 50% of that is contributed to your genetics. And if not, then unfortunate. That's how it is. But please remember, you still have the remaining 50% left, and I'm going to talk more about that also. The 10% depends on outside circumstances. A little bit of money, obviously, marriage, house. So that gives you your happiness from time to time. As I said in the previous slide also, the paradox of happiness, that you will get it only for a short span of time, right? The most important part is the intentional activity that you do, your thoughts, your actions, your relationships, and that is something that you can change. 40% is not a small amount or a small number, it's a big number, right? And happiness is something that you do not achieve, you generate it from the inside, and that's where your 40% comes from. A lot of us like doing, let's say, CSR activities or being generous. Now, when you're doing that without thinking that, hey, I'm doing it because I want to be happy, because I want to be generous, it's not going to get you there. But when you do it selflessly, without thinking, without helping someone, it could be as simple as helping someone cross the road. And those are your actions, your thoughts, your relationships, and intentional activities that would get you your 40% of happiness. Even if you win a lottery, as I said, you will come down to your set point within a year's time, and that's what your set point theory of happiness is. But yes, as I said, 40% of that is something which you can do yourself, or you can manipulate it, if I may use the word, with your thoughts, actions, and relationships. So that's your set point theory of happiness. I'm also going to talk about a technique which was shared with me, and I'd love to share this with you. It's called the GLAD technique. It's very, very simple, and GLED are the acronyms, and I'll tell you what stands for. G stands for one gratitude that you are thankful for today. Yeah, and it could be something which is very, very simple. For example, I am thankful that I am breathing today. I am thankful that I've got 3 meals today. I am thankful that I've got a great breakfast. I'm thankful that I've got this opportunity today to speak in front of y'all. So, gratitude is the G that you should be thankful for today. And these are the small tips that will make you more happier in life. L, that one new thing that you learned today. It could be as simple as the GLAD technique that I'm showing you all today. This is one new thing that you've learned today. Another new thing could be even a language. Even it's sometimes difficult to say thank you, and you've learned to say thank you with all your heart, and that is something that also you could keep as I've learned today. The A part is the accomplishment that you've done today. And that could even be as simple as I've gotten up early in the morning today. You don't need to have a Herculean task for it to be an accomplishment that, oh, I've lost 20 kgs and I've become really fit and I've got a six pack. No. Make it simple. These are small steps. That's why it says one small accomplishment that you have done today. Right? It could be that I ate a new vegetable today. That's an accomplishment for me because and then I'm talking about myself personally, that I'm not a veggie fan. I don't eat a lot of vegetables. It's just a handful of vegetables. So that could also be an accomplishment for you today. And finally, D, that one thing of delight that touched you today. And I'll share mine today. I was walking on my terrace this morning and getting some breath of fresh air, and I saw this beautiful flower which had blossomed on my terrace today, and that is something of real delight which touched me today. So it could be as simple as that. Moving on, the zones of happiness, as I'd mentioned to you all before. So there are these 4 zones of happiness. If you see on your x-axis and y-axis, you have the positive emotions for the day. And all of us go through multiple emotions in a day. Trivia for you all, a single individual has anywhere between 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. And you know what's the irony about it? 70 to 75% of those thoughts are negative. So today, if you do not have a positive emotion on a day-to-day basis and you do not see any future vision, you just come to work, do your work, go back, and there's nothing new that you want to do or you are doing, you are typically in the survival zone. So that's what it is. From there, you could typically move to the next step, which is the avoidance zone. Where you have positive emotions, but you do not typically have any future vision, which is there. And when you're in the avoidance zone, a lot of it is derived through instant pleasure, that you've bought yourself something or you're going for a vacation, instant pleasure, and you're afraid of uncertainties. You're not sure of what tomorrow brings in for you, so you're really afraid of that. And then from there, you typically move into the anxiety zone. Now, a lot of employees or people who are in the anxiety zone will move from the anxiety zone to the avoidance zone and back on a regular basis, and this could happen even in a day's time. Right, so it's not that you are only in an avoidance zone, and you could be moving across all these zones as an individual. Coming back to the anxiety zone, this is typically at the senior leadership level, where they've got quite a number of years of experience. Too much of work pressure. There's too much that they're doing. I used to be a part of that anxiety zone where, in my career, especially in my first opportunity where I spent 10 years, moved and grew within the organization. Over a period of time, I realized that I wasn't spending too much time with my loved ones. I wasn't spending too much time with my family. It was just about my work and work. I'd become a workaholic. I'm half the size now. I was double the size. Then because it was just work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep. That's how it was. So I was in the anxiety zone where yes, the future vision is very high, but there are no positive emotions. So you are just thinking from a company point of view that okay, this is where we want to go. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. This is what we do, rather than having any positive emotions. What also happens here is, the team that you're managing, you burn out a lot of these people. So make sure that you're not in the anxiety zone. And finally, the growth zone. So the growth zone is when you are at your fullest. You're doing exceptionally well for yourself. You're not typically in the survival zone. So if you see your day-to-day positive emotions are extremely high, and you have a very clear future vision as well. So that's typically your growth zone. Right. As I said, I'll also share a couple of, how to have happy thoughts. And then just to quickly share that with you all, you can choose how happy you are. I've put that statement there because a lot of us, on the 1st of January say, I am going to go to the gym. And it happens for the first 4-5 days, and we are back to square one, right? So from a happy thought point of view is, rather than saying I'm so fat, which is a negative thought, I'll never achieve this through doing this. How you can turn it positive is, I'm so fat, but if I don't do anything, I will continue to not take care of my health. So turning that into a positive thought. For example, I'm not making enough money. What else can I do to ensure that I do more to make that money? So you turn it into a positive thought. You choose that wise word of yours and make it into a positive thought. You can also train your brain to be happy, to think happy, and have those happy thoughts. What people typically do is react to criticism and then take it in a very, very negative way. You can look at it in a positive way and make a habit out of thinking positive. Now, a lot of people will just come and say something that, oh, why are you dressed this way? And you take it personally. Big deal. It's okay. This is something that you need to take care of yourself, and don't bother of what others have to say about you. My favorite line is this one: by adding a but to it. And you can change the entire meaning of it. I've got so much of housing loan, or I've got a car loan, and how am I going to pay this? The easier way to think is, I will never pay this debt off, but if I would start saving today, let's say as simple as 5,000 rupees, I will be able to pay off my debt quickly. So use the word but, and it changes the entire context, and it becomes more positive as an outlook. Thank you so much, and it's been a great pleasure talking to you all. Thank you.